Hey squad, welcome back. We are halfway or probably 3/4 of the way up this tower in Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last episode, hopefully, fingers crossed. Thank you for sticking with me throughout this series. It's been really great. So we'll just continue and see how far we can get with this one. Oh, straight into another puzzle. Okay. Hope you guys have been enjoying these. The last few puzzles for me have been actually a bit tough. I don't know if it's probably because I haven't eaten. But I will, yeah, I'll see what I can do with this. Do you suppose we're near the top yet? I've been climbing for quite a while. Yes, but it seems that we have another puzzle in the way before we get there. Puzzle 100. Your task is to draw lines between the pins on the board to form 7 squares. The 7 squares do not have to be uniform in size, but you can only use... Hang on. You can only use each pin once. Give it a shot. Okay. 7. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4...
That should do it.
Technically it was stupid because you weren't using the pins if there was a straight line going near it. It should be that you can't use the same line. I don't know how to explain that though. Oh well. Now we're free to keep climbing. You know, it's very odd how this tower is simply huge and yet there's almost nothing inside it. Yes, quite. Other than Bruno's room in the cellar, the whole place is rather bare. Perhaps that is why Bruno's machines make such a racket. This tower is like a giant megaphone. But why would anyone want to construct such a big, purposeless tower, Professor? It's exhausting to climb this thing. Ha! Did you ever consider that this tower might have been built for the express purpose of exhausting us? There's just another one of the many trials that have been set out for the seekers of the golden apple. Gosh, that makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. Maybe that's why the tower looks so scary on the outside. This floor doesn't appear to have any puzzles for us. So if we climb this spiral staircase, maybe we'll reach the top floor? I think you might be right, my boy. Come, let's hurry. Yes, hurry. Get impatient at the end of it. Oh my gosh. Our view is obscured from the ground, but who would have suspected a charming cottage like this is here? Look, the lights are on, Professor. It would appear that someone is living here. Okay, so we weren't that far away from the chapter 9. End of chapter 9. Okay. Let's go inside. You've reached the top of the tower. Continue into the house or return to explore the village. Okay. So this is basically the end stuff. If you want to go back, you can go back and explore a bit more. Otherwise, it will continue with the rest of the story and probably like it will end the game after this. So it means that we're probably on the last chapter then. What kind of person would live in a place like this? Oh, it's pretty. Unbelievable. Just look at this room. The stuff in here has to be worth a fortune. This must be the top floor that Bruno spoke of. So we might be standing in the same room as the golden apple at this very moment. I've been waiting for you two.
It's you! Huh?
those clear glasses. They wouldn't have hurt her eyes.
My boy, what you see here is the golden apple herself.
You're the golden apple. Professor, you knew about this. I had an inkling. Don't you see the genius of it, though? The Baron didn't write the will to find a successor to his fortune. His true aim was to find a worthy guardian for his daughter, and he was willing to put his whole fortune on the line to do so. Yes. My name's Flora. I've been waiting here in the tower for so long. Didn't he die not that long ago? I thought the will... Oh. Were you locked up here in the whole time? Oh, no, but before Papa passed, he told me I should wait here until someone from the outside Saint Mystery came for me. Papa said that whoever came for me would be someone I could trust with my life. So that's why you kept watching us move around the village? What was that?
What's going on? Oh! Here I come! Ready or not! Follow me! Come now.
So these are the cutscenes that are really cool. Okay. Follow me. Follow me. We must evacuate this tower immediately. What now?
Luke, go ahead without us. I have an idea. We're fine. Go on. It's all right, dear. This way.
What are we going to do? I've got it. Just wait a moment, Flora. You have about 30 centimeters of string. And you managed to make that with 30 centimeters of string. Yeah. And controlling it with one hand. Guessing that's Simon's body.
Just you wait. One day I will have my revenge on you. Hold tight.
And that would have destroyed half the village. So this all happened in like one afternoon and one night, I think. No, 2 days. And she just got a random birthmark that appeared. Thank goodness you were right, Professor. Don Paolo's flying contraption was something else. I really thought we were done for back there. Yes, it was a bit unnerving, but he also provided us with the answer to one of our ongoing mysteries. Do you remember that awful noise we heard when the first time we visited Reinhold Manor? The one that spooked Claudia. So that must have been the noise. You've put it together. The racket was likely Don Paolo's contraption making a crash landing. If that's the case, and we know the approximate time of Don Paolo's entry into Saint Mystery. That makes perfect sense. So it follows that Franco wouldn't have noticed Don Paolo's entrance. So if Flora is the golden apple that everyone's been searching for, that means the treasure that Lady Dahlia and the others were chasing never existed in the first place. No, I'm fairly certain they were mistaken. I do believe a fortune is hidden somewhere within this village. But the Baron would need to hide it somewhere only the golden apple would know to look. You mean that Flora knows where the treasure is hidden? I'm sorry, but I don't know anything about a treasure, or anything like that. Let's get back to Reinhold Manor one more time. I suspect we'll clear up everything there. Okay. We got one mystery left. Professor, do you really think the treasure could be located here? Look closely at this painting, Luke. I'm sure it holds the key to the Reinhold fortune. But I've already looked at it. So if we solve this mystery, Luke, I'm certain we'll come face to face with the Reinhold treasure. Touch the painting where the golden apple is hidden. Touch the picture of the young woman. Okay. I remember now. It's right here. Ah, a hidden switch. The switch seems to have activated the wall. And to think that Reinhold Manor held the secret behind this painting all along. It looks like there was a passage. It looks like there's a passage that leads further in. Oh. Let's see where this passage goes. Okay, that's a large fortune. Oh my goodness. Look at this place. I had no idea. Now, how in the world did you know that switch was hidden in the painting? Listen closely, Luke. Wisdom wasn't the only thing Baron Reinhold required of potential guardians for his only daughter. You saw it too, did you not? The peculiar mark on her neck that only appeared once she laughed? In other words, Baron Reinhold set out one last requirement for the potential inheritor to his fortune. He wanted someone who could make Flora smile again after losing those dear to her. To that person and the person alone would Baron Reinhold reveal the location of his actual fortune. That's unbelievable, Professor. But it all makes sense now. Oh, there's so many loopholes. Flora. My little Flora. Where's that voice coming from? Flora, you've made it here at last. That voice. Papa, is that you? Papa. My dear Flora, has the village watched over you, as I would have? I built Saint Mystery for you, so you would never have to know true loneliness. Well, to be fair, Bruno did the actual building, but that's beside the point. In any case, if you've come this far, I suppose it's safe to assume my plan was a success. My greatest regret is that I'm not there to see you become a young woman. But please know that I want nothing more for you than to be happy. Whether the person by your side right now can give that to you or not is up to you, I suppose. And to you who have found your way to my daughter's side, you have my heartiest congratulations. If you could make it through the barrage of puzzles I've set before you. I imagine a person of your abilities has already caught on, but allow me to reveal Saint Mystery's secret. So we've got the ending. The secret of Saint Mystery. Recently, I was told by my physician that I don't have much time left on this earth. I can come to terms with dying, but the thought of leaving my only child alone in the world torments me. This is why I've commissioned Bruno to construct Saint Mystery. At least this way she'll be safe and protected until she's old enough to venture into the outside world. So, how long? Because he had the wife, robot, Lady Dahlia, when the kid was a child, like small, and then he couldn't get along with it, so he changed its personality, and she kind of grew up with that. So how long, he was given what, 5 years, 8 years? Because also they were living in this, it sounded like they were living in this village. Yeah, weird. At least this way she'll be safe and protected until she's old enough to venture into the outside world. Streets and buildings are the bones of a village, but its heart is the people who live in it. This is why I asked Bruno to create all the villages here, as well as all the puzzles hidden within them. I've asked Matthew to make news of my death public only once Flora has grown past childhood. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. So, stranger, how does my beautiful little flower look now? I imagine she's blossoming into adulthood. Equally important to me is finding someone who I can entrust both my daughter and my fortune. This is why the inhabitants of Saint Mystery are constantly testing the knowledge of the visitor. If you've made it this far, it must mean that you possess both wisdom and dedication to my daughter. No, to puzzles. Just a very intelligent person. Would Sheldon Cooper really be able to look after this child and have a massive fortune? It doesn't matter, he doesn't spend money. But he's still really intelligent, so, you know. I am also aware that he is a fictional character. Same with this. I am confident that you will take good care of my fortune and Flora, which is why everything in this room, the whole of my fortune, belongs to you now. When you remove it from here, Saint Mystery will complete the objective for which it was created. I imagine the inhabitants will fall into a deep sleep from which they were never to awaken. Now just wait a minute. Is he saying that if we take the treasure, all of Saint Mystery will just disappear? I honestly don't know the answer to that question, Luke. It's possible that Saint Mystery is designed to shut down the instant we lay hand on the treasure. So, if that happens, will everyone just stop? Just like puppets with their strings cut. I leave it to you, brave traveller. Draw the curtain on Saint Mystery and lay this lifeless village to rest. Above all else, take care of my precious daughter. She is in your hands now. Oh, Papa. I can't believe it. If we touch this treasure, all of Saint Mystery will just grind to a halt. Flora, by right, this inheritance belongs to you. You should be the one to decide what's done with it. I don't want it. But why ever not, my dear? The people who live here have been with me for so long. Curious as this village is, it's watched me grow up. I want Saint Mystery, my village, to stay just as it is. Forever. Or forever as long as Bruno can keep fixing the things that keep breaking down. I see. So shall it be. But what of you, Flora? Will you stay here with your village? And that's the last mystery solved. Oh. Are you sure it's all quite alright, my lady? Certainly. If leaving will make Flora happy, I'd like nothing more than to see her off with a smile. So she's leaving the village, but she doesn't want it to be destroyed. There's no one except for Bruno Bruno, Matthew, and maybe a couple of others who are actually human, unless they created Matthew as well. So what the hell's going to happen? So Bruno is just going to use the fortune to keep the village up to date, but she... Yeah. Weird.
Cool. What an astonishing village that was, Professor. Does this mean you'll be gracing the front pages of the London papers again sometime soon?
No, Luke. St. Mister's secret must stay between us.
Huh? Why do you say that?
You see, my dear boy, we don't want people to make a spectacle of Flora.
Or
That
steal the
wouldn't be
fortune.
right.
Of course. Always thinking of others.
Well, one must always put a lady's needs first. That's what a gentleman does.
And that was Professor Layton and the Curious Village. It's good. I do like these stories. The Professor Layton series is really, really clever. The storylines are really fun and quirky and really interesting. There's a lot of hidden stuff behind. There's lots of little clues that give away what the story's about. That I skipped over a lot of it. I didn't talk to hardly anyone. You could spend like 100 hours going through and clicking every single thing and finding every little bit. I haven't even shown you any of the stuff that we've been collecting and what ends up with those. But yeah, there's lots of hidden stuff. So even if you do know the storyline, it's replayable because there's so many little things. And like, as I said, I've actually played this twice before. I'd forgotten most of the storyline because it'd been probably about 5 years since I've played it. It did start coming back to me at the end, but yeah, so it's like easily replayable. It's really, really enjoyable, and the characters are really cool and they're really cute. It's just a few frustrating things, obviously, with either the conversion to a westernized audience, whether it's in like trying to make it more G or PG rating, like that is a bit confusing, or sometimes like a translation of just a couple of words. They're pretty good, but the European localization management, exactly, and the translation, exactly what we're talking about, is like really, really good. There's only occasionally a couple of things tend to screw you around because of that, but it's very, very minor. And if you're not as oblivious as I am to some things, you'll probably get that. But thank you for sitting with me through this. It's been really fun to record for you guys. I am going to disappear probably for quite a while, depending on Malachi's stuff. But if you do want me to come back and just do every now and then, please let me know. Let Malachi know. Write down in the comments. Give this a like. And I might come back. If you guys want me to come and do a bit of a live stream with Malachi, that's also an option. So I will be on Facecam then. So if you're interested in a face reveal, let me know, and I might pop in or do a bit of a combo thing with Malachi. So that's me. That's done. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you around, squad. See you later. Bye.